So what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
I'm trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiba grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
So nobody unmutes their mic anymore. Hello.
I didn't mute my mic to begin with.
No, it doesn't when the intro starts.
Yeah, but you can.
I'm never quick enough. I'm doing my thing. I'm sorry. I'm rolling my bloints.
Blunts.
Bloints.
You're allowed. You're allowed to smoke in your house.
They're not blunts.
Yep.
I just want to clarify they're not blunts. They're blunt paper, but as much as I love me a good blunt, I do not like the fact that they're large. I don't like that they don't stick very well. I don't like the veins. It's just too much nicotine for me. So what I do is I take a big blunt.
And you cut them up and then you add it.
And I put it in a paper, like just regular paper, like this. And then I put my weed in it and roll it. So I call it a bloint because it's half blunt, half joint.
So basically, you mix
Say
tobacco.
all that again now that I've made you bigger.
You basically mix tobacco with your weed.
Yes, but no,
But it's flavored,
blunt paper,
flavored
like
tobacco.
this.
It doesn't
Like
matter. I mean, but
It's still
I know what
tobacco, yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick.
Yeah, but
Nick-
like I've seen Amy. She smokes big blunts, and I can't handle. That's too much.
yeah, I'm not knocking you at all. I think it's fucking great.
He puts tobacco in his.
I didn't think.
Marcel didn't argue.
I didn't think you did, but there is. He sounds pretty positive to me, to be honest. I'm just saying, there's a difference between cigarette nicotine, like tobacco,
It looks like a garden
and
gnome.
blunt paper. Because I couldn't smoke. Like if you took a cigarette and sprinkled it in,
yeah,
I couldn't.
I
smoke
couldn't
that.
either.
That's a different type of tobacco.
I will
It's
never.
not that it's a different type of tobacco. It's just the tobacco that's processed differently.
Yes.
So it's got a
Okay.
much different taste than natural tobacco does.
I will never use tobacco again, ever.
I thought there is a difference, especially with cigars, between the type of tobacco that they use to wrap the cigar and what they fill it with.
The ones that you're using for blunts are cigar wraps, is what they are.
Depending,
right. It's still the same plant. All right, it's kind of like comparing OG Kush to Northern Lights.
I'm going to try some Master Kush. Is that
still the same plant. It's just different strains, different regions that grow it. So Niagara region tobacco doesn't taste the same as Virginia tobacco, which doesn't taste the same as
Kentucky.
Central.
Yeah, but Marcel, the outer leaf is a large leaf.
On all tobacco plants.
Right?
The tobacco that you get in a cigarette has been shredded.
Yeah.
It's cured
but
and
it's
shredded.
a different
No, it isn't. It's still a tobacco
It's a different
leaf.
type of leaf.
No, it isn't. It's still a tobacco leaf. All right, is what I'm trying to say.
Tobacco is tobacco, is what he's trying to say.
Right.
Doesn't matter what is done to the leaf, but it's tobacco.
Right.
There's no different strains of tobacco, is there?
Well, yeah. There's probably a few, but it's more of a regional thing. Anybody in Canada can legally grow their own tobacco. So you could grow your own blunt wraps. All right, and all you do is you grow your tobacco plants. You're up 15 kilograms.
You don't give her an idea
per person per year. You cure it the same as you harvest it, very similar to cannabis. You cut it down and you hang it to dry it out. Then
it's about the size.
decide what you want to do.
About the size of a cabbage.
Yeah, some of them, some of them could be massive size leaf, right? So what you're getting in a blunt wrap isn't a whole leaf.
No,
depending on the blunt wrap you're buying too, Marcel.
Pardon me?
Depending on the blunt wrap you're buying too, because on the legal market in the cannabis sector, you're only allowed to buy hemp leaf blunts.
By what?
I was going to ask, do you like hemp leaf blunts as well?
They're the only ones I smoke.
I don't like blunts, period. I like my papers, my gazette, and
my favorite ones. My favorite ones, actually, I'll show you my favorite ones.
I don't mind. What are the black ones that you can get at the store there? The OB
Deluxe.
They're not bad. They're not bad. No, just the 1 1/4.
Are you talking about OCB?
OCB. Thank you. Oh, look, there's Darcy. Hello, Darcy.
Or DLX.
No.
Oh, where'd he go?
I mean, my.
The Tyson. Yeah, that's a hemp one.
You have to turn off your background.
Oh, I plan on to.
Although that was funny.
It was. But that big bright light behind him is really helping too.
Hey, Dale, what are you doing? Get your butt in here.
Yeah, I've tried those. Honestly, it's the nicotine that I'm craving. If the back of my throat doesn't feel like it wants to push it out, then I don't want it.
Guess what?
It opens your bronchial more, the tobacco. A lot of people do it.
I know, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It opens my bronchial too much, and then I pass out.
Not that you have to answer this, but if you ever got that crazy shot and you have them antibodies in you, tobacco kills it. The nicotine and the tobacco kills it. Just so you know, MJ. So if you got one of them,
somebody was paying attention when I said that or a couple of weeks ago about nicotine is not as bad as everybody thinks.
It's not nicotine.
Well, you know, it's all a matter of how you feel about it, really. When you think about it,
no, it isn't.
It is. It's a personal choice.
It's a matter of health. The way I look at it.
All right.
All right.
In small doses, maybe. Yes. Right. Yeah. In small doses.
Ideally, here's basically the going.
It's like you're microdosing tobacco, is what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly that. But ideally, the criteria is to go for 3 days with 4 milligram gum twice a day.
So you microdose your tobacco with your weed, and then you can microdose a mushroom. You can microdose some acid or some. So what's the other one? The
MDMA.
MDMA. Yeah. So you could really have a party, a microdose party, man.
Yeah, but you also microdose fentanyl because if not, then the party's over.
Yeah.
Shit. Sounds like the Great Reset.
Next.
Well, the whole idea of the Great Reset was to get everybody to take a shot. So it didn't work for everybody.
Like a shot in the park.
We're not here to talk about ancient history.
So I got a question.
Exciting things. Yep.
We haven't had a show in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And one of the big subjects in the community is the fraud that's going on with medicine. Medicine, specifically FECO, what we used to call Rick Simpson oil.
What do you mean fraud?
Some people still call it Rick Simpson oil. That's fine.
What does FECO stand for again? Full extract
cannabis oil, but it's not a full extract cannabis oil because it's made with food grade alcohol, which is a non-pore soluble.
Okay, so that's what we're going to be conversating about. If you want to chime in, if you're listening, please do, because I'm getting sick. I mean, first of all, Rick is now putting out fraud notices once a week, which is fucking ridiculous. Okay?
Shouldn't have put his fucking name on it.
Well, he really hasn't, though. It was the community that did that.
The community did it years ago. But the problem is it's like anything. Somebody's going to rip you off.
Oh,
right?
of
They're
course.
going to
Yeah.
rip off your idea, whatever. I mean, China's done it for years. They don't even look at. They don't care what a patent is. They just do it.
But
Right?
when you,
So everybody's out
my
for
point is
money.
he doesn't sell anything.
No.
Okay, and anybody who knows Rick knows that he makes money by speaking and his books and things like that. He has to make some money somewhere, but he does not sell cannabis oil.
No.
So you've got people out there that are calling a version of it Phoenix Tears.
Yeah.
No.
That's been happening for years, though.
Yeah, they've been in
Especially
the
with
legacy market for a long time, right? I've even tried that. I've gotten lots of that stuff over the years, but it's the thing that's going on now is the whole snake oil thing. People are selling cannabis oil to patients who are trying to save their lives, and it's nothing more than snake oil. Like
Or
not
distillate.
literally snake oil, but I'm just saying that it's fake.
The legal market's been doing it for years with distillates.
Correct, but we're not talking about distillates. We're talking about full extract oil.
How do you know that they're just not using distillates and calling it full extract oil so they can make an extra buck?
This is my point. I wish that it was legal to produce your own in Canada, but you can't. You can't because you're using a flammable liquid, and it will explode. So Health Canada does not want you to do that.
It's not allowed. It's not allowed.
No.
It's not allowed because it causes a competition, and actually it's more health beneficial, and that's directly against what Health Canada wants.
Well, they still have on their website, the last time I was there anyways, that cannabis is not recognized as a medicine by the Canadian government.
Right. So that's why they don't want you to make your own medicine. The last thing
I agreed.
The same as they don't want you to grow your own food, for Christ's sake.
But that doesn't stop these creeps who are out there. I know if I had cancer and I needed some oil, luckily I know who to go to.
Right.
But people out there in the world don't. They hear Rick Simpson. Oh, look, there's a picture of an old man that says he's Rick Simpson. I'm going to follow him. And then they offer him some oil because he's posted his story. He's got type 3 cancer, whatever you want to call it. And then he spends thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because, back in the day, before legalization, it would cost you $3,000 to $6,000 to get a full treatment of cannabis oil back in the day. We've had issues with that for years and years and years, wrong or right.
Say that again?
I'm not saying it all again.
The amount of money.
Well, I have heard between $3,000 and $6,000 a treatment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. But in reality, it would if you grow your own cannabis and make your own medicine. I'm not going to tell you how to do it because, like we said, it's illegal. But
I have a video for that.
How much? No, hold on, Marcel. How much would it cost to produce a treatment? Okay, you need 1 pound of high grade cannabis, which you can grow. You need isopropyl alcohol, which you can go to the store and buy. So you're looking at how much?
And you need experience.
And well, of course, don't go out and do it.
So if you're going through the legal route,
yes.
First,
let me ask a question.
First off, you can't buy a pound through the legal route.
Len is right here. Lennie, can you legally buy FECO in the medical market in Canada? I've stumped him.
No, the
No, he's
answer is no.
connecting.
Oh, he's connecting.
I know
I
you
don't
can
even
buy
know if
whole-
he heard me.
Al,
What's that?
Al, I know you can buy whole plant oil.
Well, that's why.
On the legal market?
The reason I'm asking Lennie is because essentially he's a pharmacist and he owns a pharmacy that can prescribe cannabis.
Yeah, but you
Well-
tell me which LP supplies 1 gram
My internet sucks.
I don't
of
know.
whole plant extract.
This is why I'm asking. Can
Well, I
you
know,
purchase it legally? I know that
Correct me
I
if- Sorry, I'll go ahead.
I've seen the oil that they have at the legal store here, and it's honey oil, or diamonds, or which is a distillate.
Yeah, well, honey oil is not your FICO.
No, I know that. I don't think you. What I'm getting at is I don't think you can get FICO at the legal store.
No, probably not.
There's one company in Canada that makes it. I can't remember who.
What about
Are you asked about the full extract a lot when you're talking to patients?
Not really, sadly.
No. Mm.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of reason to talk about it if there's not a supply for it.
Well, yes, I agree because Len, for instance, can't go ahead and say, "Well, here, go ahead."
No, I get that, but you can't. I could talk up a product, but I can't get it for you.
Yes.
Well, I as far as pure FICO, there's one company that had a syringe of it somewhere.
Like if a patient came to you and said, "I've got cancer, I want to use the cannabis oil to help combat it," can you get it for me through the pharmacy?
I'd have to look. There's one company. Put it this way, you're going to get it cheaper elsewhere.
Of course, but before you came in, we were talking about all the scammers that are out there now. They're basically selling snake oil, and people are and we've been putting up with this for a long time. It'd be nice to know if there was a supply out there.
I can't remember the company. There is someone that makes 1 gram syringes of it.
I can imagine the price.
No, it wasn't that bad. It's hard to the rec market. Nobody wants to buy it, right? So they may not even make it anymore for all I know. Like the best I have is 30-30. Actually, I won't even have it for long. 30-30 oil. They claim it's RSO, but whatever, and hemp seed oil. But guess what? They stopped making that one because it's not selling.
Because people don't know what they have.
No, well, part of it was they couldn't get it in any of the provinces.
Wow.
Because it's more of a medical
selling.
product. Yeah, it's more of a medical product, and none of the provinces have medical.
But that
not one province that has a medical dispensary.
Yeah, but I have six bottles of it left.
Wouldn't that be what Optimus is a medical dispensary?
Sorry, I broke up again. Fuck
Not really, because the majority of his products are coming from the rec market, for the rec market.
Okay.
Right? So what it is, it's for those patients that have the licenses that want to purchase through the legal market, means like how Organigram used to sell medical cannabis, but stop, right? Like everybody else, because there was more money to be made
in the rec market.
The rec market.
Yep.
So they all abandoned the patients and moved to the rec and said, "Fuck you! Oh, you want medical? Yeah, well, go to the liquor store."
So herein lies the question in the conversation that we're going to dive into. What's the difference between methods that it's made?
You got 3 weeks?
No. We had,
because it would take 3 weeks to discuss that, dude.
90
minutes. Explain it in short terms, Al. The way I understand it, it's night and day.
I get that,
and
and it's actually a very simple explanation.
No, it isn't.
One way you get some cannabinoids and goodness that you need out of the plant, and the other way you get more.
Yeah, but there's so many different methods of extraction as well as so many different types of solvent, all which give you different effect or a different end product.
Okay,
Right?
so let's talk about the way Rick makes it.
Rick makes his with with naphtha. Naphtha is basically, it's called white gas.
Is somebody vacuuming?
No, my dishwasher's on alpha on mute.
Oh, okay.
So Rick was making oil for using naphtha, right?
Yes.
That's white gas. It's similar to gasoline, but a little lighter, and a lot less additives.
And it's got benzene in it, though, doesn't it?
Pardon me?
It's got benzene in it, though, doesn't it?
Every hydrocarbon fuel has benzene in it.
Okay.
Right? So.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I was talking.
Sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, someone distracting me.
So Rick used naphtha, but Rick used naphtha not because it was ideal. It's because Rick had access to naphtha.
It's what he had. Yeah.
It's what he had, and it worked. So naphtha is Coleman camp fuel without the red dye.
I was just going to say it's camp fuel. Don't use the stuff with the red dye, people.
That's a non-polar solvent, so it's going to only take off the non-polar solubles. So you get a very high THC content, but you lose a lot of the polar soluble cannabinoids in that method. So that's not a full extract, right? Because it's not taking off all of it. Then they freak out and go on about benzene rings and yada, yada, yada. So they go to the other route, which is grain alcohol, which is non-polar solvent, which only takes off the non-polar solubles, which leaves all the polar solubles again.
Which is what a lot of old school guys used to use.
No, we used methyl hydrate back in the 70s.
Well, you're older than I was talking about.
Right. But, I mean, so that's what I mean. Oil isn't new. This has been around.
No, I know that. I know
years, right? It's just that science has gotten better and the methods have gotten a hell of a lot better and a lot safer.
Yes.
Right? It's still not safe. It's still dangerous, but it is safer than it used to be when we were hiding and trying to get it done. I mean, we still hide when we do it, but not as bad. So they come out with their FICO with using grain alcohol, and it's the same thing. But
what do you call it? Gerfico?
Their FICO.
Oh, I thought you said it's called Gerfico.
No, they call their FICO.
I get it.
Right? So they call that a full cannabis extract, and it's not.
Okay.
Right? Because again, it's only got part of the equation. Then you have CO2 extraction, which basically freezes everything, breaks it all off. But the problem with CO2 extraction is you end up with a lot of waxes and lipids and things like that you have.
They like that because they want the extra stuff. They want to pull stuff out as much as they can get. So the waxes and stuff like that.
Well, you get rid of those because that's dead weight.
But it's a byproduct they can sell, right?
Not really. No, I don't think they bother selling those waxes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not
different kind of wax.
Yeah, different kind of wax.
Okay.
Right. So that wax comes more from rosins that you're thinking of. So your waxes, your butters, things like that, you can get from that process. Honey oil, or what's called honey oil, has always been derived from butane extraction. Again, non-polar soluble.
Which is supposed to be more dangerous, isn't it?
Butane extraction? Yeah, because you're using compressed flammable gas.
Yeah.
And usually...
Yeah, those butane cans that you'd fill your lighters with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, people go and buy a case of 24 Puretane cans.
They do have food grade of that, though.
Extract for the day in their basement, and then their house blows up.
Yeah,
or their apartment building. Look how many buildings we've seen.
I just want to say there's so many ways that extracting with butane can go wrong, right from what butane you're using to make the product. To
Usually the stuff you get in a corner store is very, very cheap.
It has additives. Like I remember working at Puff Puff Pass, and I learned a lot through working there. And she had to order special butane that was like pure of impurities. And I didn't.
That's why I said Puretane.
That was the stuff with the blue lid and the silver.
It's also the only one that I use in my torch.
But also, we had two different types of. They were called honeybee extractors. That was just the name of like the brand or whatever. One was an acrylic plastic, and the other one was a glass.
Hey, buddy.
And I'll tell you straight up,
the tubes about 2 or 3 feet
it's like
long.
Night and day. It's like what are you gonna smoke out of, a bong, acrylic, or glass? Same thing. So like there's so many things that could go wrong from like choosing all of that and then to the actual process.
See, the process that people don't stop and think about is with butane extraction, you're literally pushing butane through the plant material out through a little paper membrane into a dish.
Yes.
So what's coming out is a very cold liquid that is literally boiling as soon as it gets to
cold.
Room temperature, right? Oh yeah, it gets very cold because you're putting in a compressed gas, right? That is super chilled.
Having flashbacks.
The problem is it's also spewing out a vapor that's filling up the entire area. And when you get to a 20% saturation of any flammable vapor in an enclosed space, any spark will blow you up. And that's what happens to them. A static spark off your shirt can cause your room to blow up.
Well, this is what happened in Kensington, in Toronto.
In that apartment building there.
Actually,
back of the business.
It was the basement of a legal, just opened store. They were producing their own whatevers. And
guys, do it in the back alley. Jeez.
Yeah, no. This was down in the basement, and it blew the whole front of the store out. It was just down the road from Abby's, from Hotbox.
Yeah. People have been doing stupid shit like that for years.
You know, I mean, I can remember when I was in Durham, my buddy Dan and I went down to Orangeville and bought one of those honey extractors. I never experienced using it because he took it off to wherever he went to do it. But apparently it worked. So
I've used them. I have one here. I'm sure I do. Because I got one just to test it. But I did it outside.
Sure, Marcel.
Well, you can't really talk about stuff unless you actually do it, right? But what I did is I did it outside in a snowbank. Literally, that's where my bowl was sitting, was in a snow drift when I did it. And as soon as that hit that bowl, that stuff was boiling off. Takes no time to get rid of it.
No.
But the problem is, you can't get rid of all of it unless you're going to turn around and put it into a vacuum chamber.
Hey, you can make a hell of a fireball when you throw a fucking lighter in a fire. Imagine that times how many lighter fulls would you think is in one of those tubes? I mean,
probably about 250.
Yeah, so times that by 250 and think, boom.
I remember we did ours outside going back.
And that's a flash boom.
Years
That's
ago.
not just a flame. That's a flash. What?
I remember how cold the tube was, I remember how stinky and smelly it was. And I remember heating the glass pan on an induction top thing, and pretty much, actually, we didn't even heat it. That's right. It was warm enough outside. We just whipped it and created this like butter from it.
Right. The problem is you entrapped butane in that when you do that.
You know what happened when we tried to light it?
Vapor that'll get you. It's the same as gasoline. It's the vapor that'll get you, right?
Oh yeah.
Gasoline
and it's stinky too.
Huh?
It's always the vapor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vapor.
So when you say what's the difference between types of oils? It's like Darcy said, it's night and day. Because why do we keep getting these pop-ups here?
Because Len came back in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it comments?
No, we get a pop-up saying that people are on audio only.
No, I don't know what the fuck's going on with my internet.
Your kids are watching movies is what's going on.
They're not home. They're not home.
Hey, Lenny, is it Eastlink?
No, actually, no, I'm Bell. No, I'm Bell. No,
that's your neighbor sucking your Wi-Fi.
I think I might have to go unplug the router. Like, I have all bars. Like,
your neighbor's doing a podcast next door, and he's taking all your pod. Your
maybe that's why I got my video off though. But who knows? I don't know.
Well, you sound a little bit better.
No, I shut my iPad and redid it out. Like, just reset it. Maybe that would help. It seems to a little bit, but yeah, still pissing me off.
But Al, to get back to your thing about ripping people off, remember they sell CBD infused pillows.
Correct.
That's probably good for your skin and hair. Come on.
Oh, fuck off.
Could very well be. Send me the link. I'll buy it.
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Find out a company that sells them. Tell them you want to review their product for the 420 radio show.
Okay.
And let's go from there.
Okay. I will do that.
Try it for a month and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, you might not get one now with the sheriff.
She'll sprite flowers. She'll sprout. Did I say sprite? She'll sprout.
Because I don't think anybody in Canada is selling them. So.
Oh, the Bay is selling them.
Really?
Yeah.
They're allowed to.
You got to find the manufacturer. That's where you're going to get one for free from the manufacturer.
They're legally not allowed to.
Isn't the Bay going out of business?
Are you serious, Len? They're not allowed anymore.
No. Nobody's allowed to sell CBD.
Except for dispensaries, technically. Or LPs. Yeah.
But you can go into any corner store in Hamilton or Toronto and walk in and go, what do you got that's CBD?
It's illegal.
Yeah, I know.
They'll sell it to you.
I didn't say it was being forced.
It's the same as flavored papers are illegal.
They're starting to enforce it in the States, though, unfortunately.
What? Flavored papers?
The CBD stuff.
Oh.
Well, actually, in the U.S., CBD's okay in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
If it's derived from hemp.
It's here that they're enforcing it, then.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite in the U.S. You can actually get CBD legally in the U.S.
we can get codeine. So fuck you guys.
We had a gentleman show up in our little town. And remember, this is a town that prosecuted.
Look at Mary Jane's working. Where are they? Yeah.
But this guy opened up a dispensary. And we decided that we would take a guess at how long he'd be able to stay open. Because he turned around and put a thing in the paper stating that he was only selling to the medical community and was only selling CBD products.
You know what? I remember that.
Grade. Yeah,
I remember seeing the story about that. And it got shut down pretty fucking quick.
Yep. Because there's no such thing as legal CBD in Canada. CBD is listed as one of the cannabinoids in the drug schedule.
So it's still it's considered cannabis, period.
Yeah.
It's illegal. They've listed a lot of cannabinoids. individual cannabinoids so that you can't go out and distill them yourself and make them available.
Why did Darcy scream "fuck" and then disappear?
Probably something to do with his dishwasher, I'm assuming. I don't know.
Oh, it went into spin cycle. Wait, do dishwashers still have? Do they have spin cycles?
I hope not.
I think
that's a washing machine.
That's a washing
They used
machine.
to have it back in the 70s. They had dishwashers, and the top would spin.
That's a rinse.
Yeah.
No, but it would spin like a rinse cycle.
Yeah, a rinse. I'm sure it has a rinse cycle, but not a spin cycle.
It does spin, but
It's
it's
just
not
in
really.
the spin. The water wheel spun.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, can I ask you guys about this?
No,
I
because
can't
we're
see
talking
what it
about.
is.
I can't read it. If you could tell us what it is.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
What is it?
It's,
Wait, is it from a legal store?
It looks like
Yes.
a pillow.
I can't tell you anything about it because other than it's probably crap.
So it's from
Go for
Cap Pharma. They're Delta 9 THC distillate infused soft gels.
No, thank you.
So that's what they look like.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like gummy.
How many for how much?
Okay, so
what if they call it a soft gel?
so they have like this little like powder on them, and they're tiny, but they're squishy.
So it's a gummy.
Sort of, but you don't want to chew it because it's distillate and it doesn't taste very good. But they make them powdery, so they like slide down. They say they're easy to swallow. Directions: swallow with water.
Why wouldn't you just get a normal soft gel if you wanted a soft gel?
Well, I will tell you, I took one probably about 4 or 5 minutes ago, and I'm already feeling the effects. It's 10 milligrams. It's 10 milligrams in each little thing, and there's a line in the middle of it, so you could technically like cut it and have 5, but in the bag there's 100 in here, and so there's 1,000 milligrams in this whole package.
There's 100 in there, and how much was it?
They go for, depending on where you buy them, like $100.
So it's a bucket pill.
Yeah. But like I said, 5 minutes ago, and I already feel something. And when I take these, I don't really feel the need to consume a joint as much.
I'm like that when I do mushrooms, I don't smoke as much.
Yeah.
I'm just more offended they call it. It's not a soft gel.
I didn't think it was a soft gel, because isn't a soft gel like Advil?
Yes, that's a soft gel.
Yes.
That's what I thought. This is more like a gummy, but it doesn't.
It's a gummy.
But it doesn't taste. Is it classification?
Just so
So that way
everybody
they
knows,
can give 100 in a bag.
the voices you hear that you can't see the videos, that's our peanut gallery.
Hey, now.
We have a peanut gallery?
I actually
What
have a
voices
question.
Are you talking about? Are you hearing voices that we're not, Al?
I'm hearing voices in my head.
Lenny and friggin'
I'm the voice in your head. Al,
what?
Yes.
Darcy is the greatest guy on earth.
Okay.
That's creepy.
Who fucking said that?
Okay, so wait, I have a question. I'm going to the States in the summer, and I'm a little stressed out.
The answer's no.
No. I know I can't take anything with me. I know that it's illegal to mail anything across the border, so it's not like I can mail something to myself. So what am I going to do in specifically Las Vegas with
Las Vegas?
Just get a hold
one
of
of the-
Jeffrey Peterson, the 420
Yeah.
comic.
Well,
cannabis
cannabis is legal in Las Vegas.
I know, and I've checked the prices, and it's $30. The cheapest quarter you can get is $30 American.
Go.
Yeah. Well,
Send
welcome
a
to
message
legalization.
Jeffrey. Send a message to Jeffrey, Marijane.
I did send a message to Jeffrey,
Yeah.
but I didn't get a response. So
You will.
maybe we can have him on the show, and then he'll be like, "Oh, that's who she is."
I will see if I can do that.
Okay.
I know he's been busy. He's bouncing back and forth between
Yeah.
LA and Las Vegas a
Yeah,
lot.
which is good.
Yeah. But I will poke him and see.
Well, I know it's legal, but I
The
really
prices
don't
are
want to pay
you're
top
probably
dollar on the
looking at
strip.
double what we pay here.
Yeah.
You know what? It's going to hurt me either way because I'm currently buying 3 ounces for $100. So no matter what I buy out there, it's going to be more expensive.
Well,
and I'm
yeah.
going for like 4 or 5 days. So I'm going to need at least an ounce.
You can buy it right in the airport in Las Vegas. They have a cannabis store right in the airport in Vegas, and I think in LA now.
Well, that would be handy.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they have one in Toronto? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Hey, Marcel.
Yeah, Darcy.
Did you get that thing I just sent you to your Facebook?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's why he's so garbly, because
we're talking about that later.
Yeah, but did you see the response?
Oh, I saw that response earlier. I saw an earlier response from him too.
Yeah,
and I've read a few other responses.
Yeah.
Have you? You're talking about the post?
Yeah. You want to talk about that now?
The one about the Micmac.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I want to know what you're talking about.
If you go to my Facebook page, you will see there's some not so nice comments about that article that I got from somebody in Nova Scotia. I can't remember who.
So what does the article say?
Okay, so the article says that in Nova Scotia that chiefs have decided that they were going to allow Nova Scotia liquor on reserve to sell cannabis, legal cannabis. Or basically
not legacy stores, not res stores that we know here in Ontario, but
what they're going to do is let them
stores.
set up a legal store.
Yeah.
With the provision being that it only comes through the legal market.
At legal prices.
So let me just read you.
So there ain't going to be no more $35 ounces. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, fuck no. Well, yeah, there will. All right, let me.
Are they allowed?
Are they shutting down all the reserve stores?
Marcel, are they allowed to produce their own?
Who?
To be
no.
Are you allowed to produce your own and then sell it in a legal store on a reservation in Nova Scotia?
No.
They have to become an LP.
Okay.
No. So basically, how the article come out from Nova Scotia Buzz.
I'm gonna pull it up here, just so we can see it while we're talking about it.
Good. Now stop. Mi'kmaq communities in Nova Scotia will now be able to open legal cannabis retail stores through agreements with Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation, following new regulations introduced by the provincial government. The change comes in response to concerns raised by Mi'kmaq leaders about the presence of illegal cannabis in their communities. 2 of them, one on either end of the province, did this. Until now, Nova Scotia RCMP have said that cannabis sales on Nova Scotia reserves are illegal and the unregulated products is being supplied to retailers by organized crime. Under the new framework, bans or band-owned corporations can apply to become authorized cannabis sellers by partnering with the NSLC. The regulations require that all cannabis sold in these stores be sourced from NSLC and that the sales follow strict guidelines. These include limits on the amount sold per transaction, rules around packaging, and adherence to Health Canada standards. A certificate from NSLC must be displayed to show authorization. Province-wide, there are 50 NSLC cannabis stores selling over 630 products, with total cannabis sales reaching $121 million in 23-24. And of course, there was a nice picture in one of the articles that came out. So let me bring up another one, and I'll give you a comment from a gentleman by the name of Chris Gugo. And Chris Gugo had his picture used in their advertising of this new rules.
That's the comment there I pulled up there as well.
Yeah.
So the photo.
So Chris Gugu says, I'm the owner of High Grade. You having my business pic in regard to illegal cannabis is technically defamation of my business, where Millbrook is in the process of implementing our own cannabis law under our own right to self-governance and determination, protected under the Constitution and supported by UNDRIP. Post-facts, please. Thank you. So, some of the reserves, Millbrook is the best example, are implementing their own cannabis regulations. They're not going
like they're trying, like they've done and tried to do here in Ontario.
Yep. Okay. Yep. But they're going to push it, and I mean, right now, they've got the natives in this province have a shit ton of battles going on, and I hope they win them all. I really do. Because it's their fucking land, right? The land in Nova Scotia, the Mi'kmaq people never ceded this land to.
So give it back then, Marcel. Give them your house.
Sure.
I'm just saying, don't get into that stuff, right?
No, but I'm just saying they have the rights.
There's reserves.
Yes.
But when you start saying, well, that we've never ceded our land, so I don't see anyone giving their home back to anybody. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's like, don't talk crazy.
Because, we put their kids in fucking jail and beat them to death and rape them.
Whatever. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with you.
No, but it does have something to do with everybody and how they.
I'm getting off this talk. I'm just going to leave, guys. I don't want to get into this shit.
That's funny. I was going to say, interject politics.
There's always two sides to the argument, though, Lennie. That's the thing. There's always
no, but I just don't want to get into this like unceded and zero. Like, their band council, like I say, Millbrook can do what they're going to do, but just don't start saying it's their land. Like it's getting overkill. It's getting overkill.
That's the argument they want to use. That's on them.
And sorry, Chris Google, you actually lost in the Nova Scotia Supreme Court. But anyway, whatever. You can keep citing what you would like as well.
What did he lose, though?
They took this to the Supreme Court. Nova Scotia said they have no rights for cannabis. It was in the paper like months ago. No one's doing anything about it.
No, because the last one I saw was that they basically backed down from the charges because of the charter challenge that he was going to implement.
Yeah, and the Nova Scotia Supreme Court threw out his challenge.
Well, because they'd already dropped all his charges, so they didn't have any charges against him.
No, the Nova Scotia Supreme Court said you have no rights. It's a stupid thing. Go away. Anyway, regardless.
Shall we change the subject?
Sure. Anyways, that's what's happening in Nova Scotia. Yeah. There will be another uprising, and there's going to be lots of screaming and yelling and back and forth. And they can.
Well, you know what? Everybody has their own opinions, and
but again, this is the band council of whatever Nova Scotia. The band.
Well, also the chiefs has said they've made this decision on behalf of the council.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever, let the chiefs and the bands do it. That's exactly
like it or not. Yeah. I don't like the fact that they're going to put legal stores on reservation land. I don't like that, but they're going to do. They don't give a fuck about what I think.
No, but I don't really care one way or the other. But it's up to the chiefs and the bands and them to decide.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what happened out here, at least to my understanding.
Yeah, the chiefs in Alderville and in Tanganyika have said.
Yeah, well, basically, the council got together because the chief was told by OPP that you can't have this going on. And then the council got together and said, well, no, we're going to create our own.
Yes, we can.
Thing, and we're going to have our own thing. And that's what they've done. And personally, I'm like, there should be room for both. And if you
they have invited a couple of legal stores onto some reservations in Ontario. There are a few of them. There's one just outside of Sudbury on a reservation that is a legal store. They buy from OCS like the other stores do.
we have a lot of the stores on the res out here that are legacy stores, but they still carry some legal products that they're bringing in some of the stuff. So
They're getting it somehow. Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't ask questions.
Is it really legal products that they're bringing in though?
Yeah.
They might
They
be.
could literally just be going to the store and buying it.
They might be knockoffs as well, right?
That's what I'm wondering.
They all got the stamps and everything.
They're talking about people rip people off all the time.
Well, no, I was laughing about the Nova Scotia Liquor Commission certificate. Oh yeah, that's hard to.
Yeah.
That'll be hard to defraud.
Yeah.
So I have a question for everybody before we continue.
What are you smoking?
Marcel?
I'm just smoking my oil like normal.
But
I'm drinking my double ice cream ice cap.
I am having some Master Kush from a store out in BC. That's all I'll say. And I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to try that. Mary Jane?
It's called Oreo McFlurry.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
It is.
It sounds like something I'd like to have right now, to be honest.
Nice big buds, too.
Oreo McFlurry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Temple Ball from Dale. Darcy? Darcy's not smoking anything because he's not here.
Again. Nick is into the bazooka and Buddy's into the strawberry lemonade.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Strawberry lemonade hash. Now I'm intrigued, buddy.
That sounds.
I was gonna buy when I was ordering. I was gonna buy some pink Kush hash. They had it on sale, and I'm hesitant though because I like the Vortex from the legal store. I like Vortex. That's your soft black hash that goes very well
with
as
the
a snake.
With the apple.
Yeah. Have you tried it yet?
Yes. I love it.
I can't. I love my dewdrop. I can't do it.
I so want to get a dewdrop because I want to try it with flour.
You can put a bong on that.
A bowl, a regular bowl. I know. It literally does everything. I know.
Yeah. Yep.
I know.
Fuck.
What happened, Len? He's watching the game. Somebody scored.
Oh no, no, it's fucking freezing the whole fucking time. Fucking Jesus.
What, we're freezing?
Yeah, it's my internet sucks balls.
Well, it's only fucking. Wow.
Why do people say that? Usually, wouldn't that be a good thing?
So, I guess so.
Everybody says it's a bad thing.
Yeah. This internet eats shit. Now, see, that sounds more logical, right?
Yeah, right. My internet eats shit.
Right. That's like when someone says, this vacuum sucks.
It doesn't roll off the tongue. Yeah. Sucks balls. Yeah, okay. Thanks there, you guys, for getting me onto that. Hey, want to watch a movie?
Stand By Me?
Yes, let's watch your movie.
Okay, but first I got to go back and because I've got to explain what I did before you watch this movie.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Other than wasting 5 minutes.
We've been playing with AI movies, Mary Jane.
I've been seeing a little bit of the messaging going back and forth, and I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Do you get to call yourself a director, Marcel?
Yes, producer.
Yeah, it calls me the producer and the director and the fucking crazy man that keeps coming up with these ideas. All right. So here's what I did this is literally what I asked, is make a 420-second movie of whole plant cannabis extraction using the Rick Simpson method with isopropyl alcohol as the solvent. Includes soaking and straining, filtering, solvent recovery, through distillation and finishing of the final product.
We'll be seeing you in jail next week.
I'll go ahead and share me or add me to the stream.
Do you have some sort of like liability rights or warning? Don't try this.
We have a disclaimer every show.
And you all just watch the video for the next 5 minutes and 52 seconds.
Creating a YouTube video can be an exciting and rewarding experience. With the right tools and a bit of creativity, you can share your message with the world. This script will guide you through the process. However, it's important to note that I cannot provide you with a guide on how to make Rick Simpson oil, even for informational purposes. The production of such substances can be illegal and potentially dangerous. My purpose is to provide safe and helpful information. Always consult with a healthcare professional before using any cannabis products. Stay informed and make responsible choices. Remember, your safety and well-being are paramount. Creating RSO involves processes that can be dangerous and illegal in many places. Solvent extraction using highly flammable substances like isopropyl alcohol poses significant fire and health hazards.
That's awesome.
Uncontrolled dosing. RSO is highly concentrated. Without proper laboratory equipment and analysis, it is impossible to determine potency, leading to potential overconsumption and adverse effects.
Instead of telling us how to do it.
Legal restrictions. The legality of producing cannabis extracts varies widely. In many jurisdictions, making RSO at home is illegal. It is important to prioritize your safety and well-being. Instead of seeking to produce RSO yourself, I recommend exploring legal and regulated options for obtaining cannabis-based products. The process of making RSO can be complex and potentially dangerous if not done correctly. By consulting with healthcare professionals, you can ensure that you are using safe and effective treatments. Legal dispensaries and medical providers offer products that have been tested for quality and safety, giving you peace of mind. Additionally, these professionals can provide guidance on the appropriate dosages and methods of consumption tailored to your specific needs. Remember, your health is paramount, and taking unnecessary risks can lead to serious consequences. Always seek professional advice and opt for regulated sources to ensure the best outcomes for your well-being. Stay informed and make choices that prioritize your safety. Consult with a healthcare professional to discuss appropriate treatment options for your specific needs. Please remember that I am an AI assistant and cannot provide medical or legal advice. If you are interested in learning more about cannabis and its potential therapeutic benefits, I can offer you information on a variety of topics. Cannabis has been a subject of increasing interest and research over the past few decades. Its potential to provide relief for various medical conditions has made it a focal point for both scientists and the general public. Understanding cannabis involves delving into several key areas, each of which offers a wealth of knowledge and insight. One of the most fascinating aspects of cannabis is the endocannabinoid system and how it interacts with cannabinoids. The endocannabinoid system is a complex cell signaling system identified in the early 1990s by researchers exploring THC, a well-known cannabinoid. This system plays a crucial role in regulating a range of functions and processes, including sleep, mood, appetite, memory, and reproduction. Cannabinoids, which are compounds found in cannabis, interact with this system by binding to receptors, which can lead to various effects on the body and mind. There are different types of cannabinoids, such as THC and CBD, each with unique properties and effects. THC, or tetrahydrocannabinol, is the main psychoactive compound in cannabis that produces the high sensation. It is known for its pain-relieving and anti-inflammatory properties. On the other hand, CBD, or cannabidiol, is non-psychoactive and is praised for its potential therapeutic benefits, including reducing anxiety, alleviating pain, and combating seizures. Understanding the chemical structure and function of these cannabinoids can help in making informed decisions about their use. When considering cannabis use, it's important to weigh the potential risks and benefits. While cannabis can offer therapeutic benefits such as pain relief, reduced inflammation, and improved sleep, it also comes with potential risks. These can include dependency, impaired cognitive function, and adverse mental health effects, particularly in young people and those with a predisposition to mental health disorders. Consulting with healthcare professionals and staying informed about the latest research can help mitigate these risks. The legal status of cannabis varies significantly across different regions. In some places, cannabis is fully legalized for both medical and recreational use, while in others it remains strictly prohibited. Understanding the legal landscape is crucial for anyone considering cannabis use, as it can impact accessibility, quality control, and legal repercussions. Staying informed about the laws in your area and any changes to legislation can help ensure compliance and safe use. If you have any questions or would like to explore these topics further, please let me know. Whether you're interested in the science behind cannabis, its medical applications, or the legal aspects, there's a wealth of information available to help you make informed decisions. Engaging in discussions, attending seminars, and conducting your own research are excellent ways to deepen your understanding of this complex and fascinating subject.
Well, that was interesting.
And there you have it. Not what you were expecting.
Do you select the Great Gatsby voice, Marcel?
No, I don't have a choice in the voice. But Al's muted or something. His lips are moving, but nothing's coming out.
I said, no, you don't have choices unless you have a paid account.
Yeah. So what I like is, I'm not happy that it changed everything, but it wrote me the entire script.
Yes.
Of the process.
And then you can go in and edit that script.
No, it wrote the entire script of what it would say, but that's not what it said. Then when it played that instead. So I thought that was really cool that it did that, but I still had the script of what it would have said anyways if it had been allowed to do it. The other thing I liked is the fact that they still gave me the video and put in some educational compounds to it by talking about the endocannabinoid system and things like that. So it was still a win in the end for it.
I did a where is it? I just did one that said majestic bald eagle in slow motion over Lake Superior, and it's actually really cool. But I did what I was playing with was YouTube versus YouTube Shorts.
Oh yeah.
Let me just find the right one here.
Darcy's rebooting his computer, by the way.
I know. I saw that. No.
And when he comes back and does his grow segment, I've asked AI the same thing he's going to be talking about. So we'll compare what AI says to what Darcy says.
Okay, so this is one that I made for the Hi Guys. And it is...
Did you know Pink Kush has a mysterious past? Let's uncover its secrets together. Pink Kush is more than just a pretty name. This popular strain is believed to be a descendant of the famous OG Kush. Imagine OG Kush as the cool grandfather passing down potent genetics. But wait, there's more. Pink Kush is known for its beautiful pink and purple hues and its sweet floral aroma. It's like a bouquet of relaxation. The strain's exact origins are a bit of a mystery, adding to its charm. Some say it hails from the West Coast, others believe it's from Canada. Either way, Pink Kush has made a name for itself worldwide. So next time you're enjoying Pink Kush, remember you're part of a storied legacy. Stay curious, stay informed, and enjoy the journey. And that's the scoop on Pink Kush's roots. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cannabis insights.
So that's the difference between doing a short or a full video like Marcel.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Okay, let me ask you a question before you answer that. Are you finding in the videos that you've done that the facts are correct?
Yes.
Okay, you see, that's a good thing.
for the most part. So, and that's why I read the script before I launch the video.
And like I said, you can go in there even on a free account and do some manipulation and change the script, and you could even plug in your own script if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it'll read it for you.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool, kind of fun. Not something I'm going to bother paying for.
I'm considering it. I think that it might be a very good investment.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a lot of them, yeah, it's worth it. If you're only going to play with it once in a while, then, I mean, the free version allows you to do 10 hours a week or 10 minutes a week.
10 minutes a week. The pay version, which is $35 US a month, gives you 100.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it?
50.
Yeah, I think 100. Is it 50?
50.
I'm looking at it here. I'm going to look at it. So,
yeah.
Where are we here?
Okay, so while you're looking at that, why don't we do a quick break, and then hopefully that time Darcy will be back.
Yes, it's 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. We can do a quick break, and we'll be right back. It's the 420 Radio Show.
Rerolled Saturdays. Check it out. Nothing but non-stop cannabis and psychedelic programming. Find it at 420piece.ca.
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Marijane. He's the newbie.
She's the doobie. And this is the show
where we
tote
cannabis.
Talk.
From both sides.
Is that even possible?
This, guys, is a BT bottle with a little straw on the end of it, okay? Back in the day, we used to have glass bottles, soda pop in glass bottles, okay? Soft drinks. And this was built for the old school hash. This is the hash that your uncles and your grandparents would get. And this is the stuff that we would all treasure whenever we could get it, because we thought it was the best stuff, because it's the constant. It was our form of concentrate.
Correct.
Right? When we were young, right?
Yes.
This
is to answer your question now.
Oh, here we go.
Forward. Now you're going to cut this out if it doesn't work, right?
Yeah. You just cut it out now. These are the 3 tools I use to form and shape the happiness.
So now once the prep work is done over on the lathe, it now has to come over to me to put the mouthpiece on and finish off the top part. So first up, I just need to clean up and close off the top that's left over. First thing I'll do is I will heat up the corner and I'll push in the Maria, which is the circular lump that acts as a stopper. Right? Whereas I'm kind of like, I'm 49 years old, but I don't have time to be an artist.
You know, but each one is individual, though. There's only one of each. So it does make it art.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how it grew to be.
I got the munchies. How about you?
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, I'm just pulling up something up for my segment here.
Jesus, last week it was Marijane with the mic issues, and this week it's you.
My mic?
Your mic is bouncing.
Well, my fucking stupid computer crashed. I'm on my phone right now.
Crackling. Marijane is frozen.
Yeah, well, I might be cracking because I'm on my phone now. I'll talk quick here. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to talk about today is elevation. Well, I want to talk about two things. One was mixing your own soils for growing indoors and for outdoors, because you're getting ready to do your outdoor stuff now. Well, it'd be that time now that people are getting their mother plants going and starting to cut clones and getting all that stuff ready. Yep. Soil mixes are important to the base of all your growing, because what you're growing in is important, and it's important to know what you're growing in and how to treat that soil, so that way, or that media, so that way there you get your best results. I mix my own. I use a mixture of Sunshine Mix number 4 or Pro Mix, the big cubes. I'll mix that with a mixture of cocoa, like can of cocoa, or like another one that I use is Floraflex. I use their cocoa too. You can use different people's cocoa. Just make sure that it's washed and buffered and all that stuff, because some of them raw blocks you'll buy at the garden center aren't buffered and they're not washed a lot. They're just packaged and shipped off to the garden centers. So if that's what you want to use for your cannabis, make sure that you treat it and then charge it to the proper pH and EC or nutrients content that you need for the stage of growth that you're at. That's a big one too, because if you don't charge it right, you can lock yourself out. And if you charge it, if it's charged too less, you can lock yourself out. And if it's charged too much, you'll lock yourself out. So just make sure that you have the right amount of nutrients in there. And the way to do that is just measuring it. And there is tools out there that you can do that with. Marcel has one that I got him that he's going to try this summer and see what it's like. So see how it works. But yeah, so, and then I mix mine. So mine's like a mixture. I mix mine 70%, well, 60% cocoa, or sorry, Sunshine Mix number 4 or Pro Mix to 30% cocoa to 10% perlite. I like to add a little more perlite in there.
I was going to ask you if you use perlite.
You can use perlite. You can use.
So you're using cocoa and perlite.
I'm using cocoa, perlite, and Pro Mix.
Okay.
And vermiculite too.
Well, if it's in the Pro Mix.
Question.
Yeah. But
which Pro Mix?
I don't add it. I do add a few other things to it. I do add granulated chicken manure, but that's because I know how much to use. Because if you don't know what you're doing with that stuff, you'll burn your plants right up.
Right, but what Marijane asked was which type of Pro Mix.
Oh, what stuff do I use? I use the Pro Mix HP or the stuff with the microrizing in it. But
the white bag.
Yeah,
which is peat.
Yeah,
so
which is peat.
You're using the BX, HP, or the CC?
Right. Now, if you want a soil mix, then you would use the Pro Mix general purpose or organic general purpose.
The HP works very well too.
Yeah.
So I learned the difference between them. The HP is the high perlite. The CC is the one with the added cocoa core. And the BX is the one with just the vermiculite.
Yeah. And what was the first one again? The HP?
HP.
High what?
Not perlite.
You said high perlite? Yeah, it's technically it's high porosity.
Yeah, it means better green.
Is what the
that's what I used at the farm. Yeah. I couldn't get it here.
Yeah.
I used to use BX because it was the cheapest.
But here's the thing, though, that a lot of people don't realize. And actually, I got in a little argument with makers of Pro Mix over this. When you take their bales of Pro Mix and you store them outside in freezing cold temperatures, that microrizing is dead.
Yep.
all that microrizing is dead, and that's so you're purchasing a product for a specific reason, i.e., because it has microrizing in it, and it has no microrizing in it, or it's little to none.
Because it's already been left outside and frozen long before you got it.
Frozen. Microrizing can't freeze.
Yeah. That's why.
So, what, you mean it's dead before you even open the bag?
Depends on the supplier. Where are they storing?
It's right from the supplier, right from the supplier.
Yeah.
So if I was selling it out and I stored it in my garage all winter, and you come and bought a cube from me, and you bought it and it said microrizing on it, good chance that the amount of microrizing that's in that bag is little to none.
But that's bullshit.
It's the same. No, but it's the same as if you go to the garden center and buy it. Well, it's been kept since last year.
Sitting outside somewhere,
Yeah, whether it's Canadian Tire, Home Depot, Lowe's, Rona.
But that's the manufacturer. That's a manufacturer thing, and that's bullshit.
Right. Yeah. But see, if you're energetic and you only have a couple plants to do, then my suggestion would be to make your own.
Yes.
Go out, get some peat, get some black earth, get some compost, get some vermiculite, get some perlite.
My mom did it for her.
Throw in some. Hey, I've done it for 20-some plants for years.
I've been making my own for years.
I got too old and too tired to do it.
I just got too cheap at replacing my soil because it gets expensive. It just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up in price, and I just get too cheap if I can keep buying it.
Yeah, and I'm filling like 20, 45 gallons.
You recently just got a thing, a tumbler or something, didn't you, Darcy?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a bud trimmer, but no, I ain't got nothing like that out.
I thought somebody got like it spins.
Huh. What, for soil?
Yeah.
Nah. What I have
maybe it was Al or somebody that he knows.
Yeah, I have a really thick piece of plastic that I used to lay out on the yard.
Yeah.
Empty bales of peat and bales of dirt and compost and everything else, and then we would just go out and stomp it, mix it all up.
Yeah.
Once it's all mixed up, fill up the wheelbarrow and start carting it to the pots.
That's what my mom used to do.
Yeah.
But I got a 4x4 flood table. It's got like a foot lip on it, and then that's what I use. I dump all my stuff in it and I mix it, and I fill my pots back up.
Cool.
Yeah, but I was doing it with 15 bales of peat, right? 20 bags of black earth.
You do know you're frozen, right, Marijane?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
That's just a picture she put up.
I'm just high. I'm not frozen. I'm just high.
No,
I figured it was a long time ago, Al.
Okay. How many soft gels, Marijane?
It's one. What, am I seriously frozen?
Your picture hasn't moved in a long time.
Really?
You've been sitting there. Okay. Seriously, we've just kind of left you picking your nose.
How about now?
No.
No, you're still picking your nose.
Well, there. I'll be like everybody else.
Right.
Sure.
We'll all duck out and Marcel, come on.
No,
Marcel, come on, duck out.
I'm leaving me.
In theory, couldn't we just have AI do a show for Friday?
Well, no, I wanted to just have the smoke in our voices, really, but Marcel won't play.
Oh, hang on.
I think you should just say, make a 420 radio show based off our history. Just make one for next week.
The opinions of the individuals during this.
So we don't get the smoke because I'm still up there. You gotta.
No, wait, hold on. You have to just stop your camera. Just click stop camera. There you go.
All right.
Darcy, you still there?
I'm here, yeah.
Okay,
have you just sorry.
This is how we used to do.
I don't want to lose Darcy. Have you been watching all the old Raws and WrestleManias on Netflix?
Yes, but I've been really interested in the only one
I guess
storyline
this
in all
is our
of them.
sports segment.
Yeah.
And all of WrestleMania this year, the only one storyline I'm interested in is the Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins angle.
Yeah. No, but I started right for WrestleMania 1. I'm on number 6 right now.
Oh, I can't wait to get to number 13 because that's being inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, was that the
match?
Stone Cold Hart?
The Bret Hart and
Stone
I think it was-
Cold.
yes. Yeah, that one.
It should have been Ricky and Macho Man. WrestleMania 3 should have been the first one.
It should have been, yeah. But no, I remember because I was a little kid, and that was my first introduction to wrestling was when Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant.
Oh, that was huge.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So can we go back to cannabis yet?
We can. I was just waiting. I didn't want to lose Darcy again, so I just had to bring that up. Sorry.
And I don't want to lose Darcy because I took Darcy's topic and I put it into Chat GPT.
Oh, I want to see how close you are.
So
okay,
I asked Chat GPT is, does altitude affect cannabis growing? And here's what it comes back with. Yes, altitude definitely affects cannabis growing, sometimes in good ways, sometimes in tricky ones. Here's a breakdown of how it plays into things. Temperature, higher altitudes equals colder temperatures. Cannabis likes warmth, especially in early growth. Cold nights, common at high altitude, can slow growth or even cause stress. On the flip side, some strains love the cool, like indica dominant ones, especially near harvest time, can bring out purple and deepen resin production. Sunlight intensity. The higher you go, the stronger the UV rays. This can boost trichome production, A for potency and flavor. This is what it actually says. As the plant produces more resin to protect itself. But too much sun or UV without protection can also stress plants, especially delicate seedlings or indoor strains moved outdoors too quickly. Air pressure and oxygen. At high altitude, there's less oxygen and CO2 in the air. That can reduce photosynthesis and slow down growth, especially in very high places above 6,000 to 8,000 feet. Good airflow and possibly CO2 supplementation indoors can help balance this out. Humidity. Higher altitudes equals lower humidity, usually. That can be great for preventing mold and mildew, especially during flowering, but it also means more careful watering and attention to hydration. The soil and plants can dry out faster. Growing season. At elevation, the growing season tends to be shorter due to early frost in fall and late frost in spring. You want to grow fast flowering strains or start them indoors and move them outside once it's safe. This is all from that one question. Best practices for high altitude growing. Choose short season hardy strains like Afghani, Northern Lights, or other indica dominants. Start seedlings indoors to give them a head start. Use raised beds or containers to help manage soil temps and drainage. Consider greenhouses or hoop houses for frost protection and watch for wind stress. Mountain areas can be gusty.
Yeah, no shit.
Where are you thinking of growing? I can recommend specific strains or strategies depending on your setup.
Should I ask him, say, I'm living in Nova Scotia, what's a good strain?
All right, we'll do that.
Fucking AI is.
Are you done?
I immediately thought about Al.
Well, it sounded like but it's saying Northern Lights, and I tried Northern Lights last year, and it didn't work out so well.
Well,
all right. Here's what I said. I'm growing cannabis in Nova Scotia. What are the best strains? Nice. Growing in Nova Scotia comes with some unique challenges, but it can totally work with the right setup and strains. Your main considerations are shorter growing season, cooler temperatures, and potential humidity, especially near the coast. Here's a list of strains that do well in that kind of climate. Best cannabis strains for Nova Scotia, outdoor or greenhouse. Northern Lights, fast flowering,
Yep.
6 to 8 weeks, very resilient to cold and mold, great for outdoor and greenhouse grows, heavy relaxing effects. Early Skunk, hybrid, specifically bred for short seasons, mold resistant, good for humid areas, harvest early September to early October, balanced high, creative, and chill.
I have some skunk. I should try that.
Number 3, Blueberry, indica dominant, handles cold well, great outdoor strain, gorgeous purple hues in cool weather, strong sweet flavor and calming effects. Frisian Dew, hybrid, I've grown that here. Bred in the Netherlands for rougher climates, very mold resistant, vigorous and beautiful purple coloring, finishes by late September. Out of all of those strains, Frisian Dew would be my favorite for growing outdoors in Nova Scotia.
Me too, Marcel. I will agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Number 5, auto flowering strains like Auto Northern Lights, Auto AK-47, or Auto Blueberry. Super quick, ready in 8 to 10 weeks from seed. Good if your growing season is short or unpredictable. You can squeeze in multiple runs per season or grow late in the summer. Smaller plants, great for discrete grows or container gardening. Quick growing tips for Nova Scotia. Start indoors in April, May. Transplant outdoors after last frost, usually late May to early June. Watch for mold and bud rot during flower. Humidity and cool nights equal risk. Raised beds or pots help with drainage. Consider a small hoop house or greenhouse to extend the growing season. Let me know if you're doing indoor, outdoor, or greenhouse growing, and I can fine-tune the list. Want recommendations for seed banks or setup ideas too?
Nice. What seed banks do they give you?
I don't.
Do you see what Dale said?
That he doesn't agree with it. That early skunk, not skunk, early skunk, and there's a difference between those skunks. I don't know, because I've grown Northern Lights here, and I don't have a mold issue, but I have a lot more wind than you do.
Well, I have wind here too, and it's it's not what I have been able to produce out here. I've not had any issues with mold, knocking on wood for this year. But just because there's always a wind, always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question was, what seed bank? So solid question. Having the right seed bank is crucial, especially when you want reliable genetics and shipping to Canada, Nova Scotia specifically. Here's a list of some trustworthy seed banks that deliver to Canada with good strains for colder climates like yours.
Okay, stop, Marcel.
Yep.
The one question I have is NSLC on that list.
We're going through the whole list.
I want to know if they're on there, because if they're not on there, then they're telling people not to buy legal cannabis seeds.
Well, here's a list of seeds they give me. Best for fast shipping and legal compliance. Crop King Seeds, based in Vancouver.
Oh my God.
Great selection of auto feminized. I knew you were going to like that. That's why I laughed. And fast strains. Known for good customer service and stealth shipping. Solid short strains for short seasons. Early Mist, White Widow, Auto, and Northern Lights. Quebec Cannabis Seeds. Ships within Canada, fast and discreet. Offers strains specifically bred for Canadian climates. Check out Quebec Gold 2.0, Auto Blueberry, and Early Skunk. True North Seed Bank, based in Ontario but ships globally. Resell seeds from multiple top breeders, Dutch Passion, Fast Buds, etc. Big selection of lots of auto flowers and climate-specific options. There's one. Jordan of the Islands, BC-based breeder focused on hardy outdoor strains, great for growers in harsher climates, unique genetics with a West Coast touch.
That's the best fucking one they said so far.
Yep. Reputable international banks that ship to Canada. Use if you're looking for more variety of rare strains. Shipping may take longer. Seedsman from the UK ships worldwide, discreetly to Canada. Massive strain catalog, including early finishers and mold-resistant types. Watch for promos. They often do buy one, get one deals. ILGM, I love growing marijuana. US-based but ships to Canada. Beginner-friendly, good tutorials, germination guarantee. Solid picks is Blueberry, White Widow, and Gold Leaf. Tips when buying seeds. Look for feminized or autoflower seeds to simplify your growth. Prioritize strains with short flowering time, 8 to 9 weeks max, mold resistance, cold tolerance. Always read reviews and check if the seed bank guarantees germination. Want help choosing between autos and photos? Or narrowing down your grow goals, yield, stealth, flavor, effect. I can help you make a killer list. I can see why people are calling ChatGPT their new best friends because they're taking the fun out of fucking research, man.
Yeah, but that's not correct information. Like that's not 100% correct.
It is if you're looking for good seeds, but my only thing is where you're in Canada and cannabis is legal. I figured they would have told you NSLC.
Yeah, but they don't really advertise themselves as a seed bank, and that's what I asked for was seed banks.
So ask legal places to buy seeds in Nova Scotia. See, then people ask if that one, Marcel. I want to see if it pops up. I'm just curious to know where NSLC is.
All right, legal seeds available in Nova Scotia. If you're looking to legally buy cannabis seeds in Nova Scotia, you've got a few solid, fully legit options. Since cannabis is legal in Canada, you can purchase seeds through provincial government retailers. In your case, that's Nova Scotia Liquor Corporation.
I have, and I have not had one pop up yet.
And that's number one. So that's the official government cannabis retailer in Nova Scotia. Sells licensed seeds from federally approved producers. You can check their selection online or visit a local NSLC cannabis location. Must be 19 and provide ID. Seed brands you might find at NSLC. These vary depending on stock and season, but some common ones include Tantalus Labs offers high-quality feminized seeds. 34th Street Seed Company, known for auto and fast flowering strains. Quest, Tweed, or Spinning sometimes offer seeds based on their popular flower strains. And Royal City Cannabis Company focus on stable, beginner-friendly genetics.
Stable, beginner-friendly genetics, a.k.a. auto flowers.
From Royal City Cannabis Company.
Love that.
No, that might be feminized seeds.
AKA auto flowers.
Yeah.
There is awesome, reputable autoflower breeders out there, though, that have amazing autoflowers that are winning cannabis cups all over the world with right now. So don't knock. So the thing is, I always tell people, don't knock autoflowers. They have their purpose.
Legal things to know. You're allowed to grow up to 4 plants per household in Nova Scotia. Some exceptions if you're in public housing or rental agreements prohibited. Seeds bought from NSLC are legal, traceable, and compliant with Health Canada standards. Growing from legally purchased seeds protects you from issues with unlicensed genetics, especially important if you're sharing or entering competitions down the line. Pro tip, selection can be limited time, especially early spring when everyone's buying for outdoor season. If NSLC sold out doesn't have what you want, you can still legally import seeds from licensed seed banks within Canada, like Crop King or Quebec cannabis seeds. Just make sure they're domestic to stay 100% compliant. Want me to check what's currently on stock on NSLC or help you decide between strains they've got? No.
Yeah. See, they're pretty good. See, AI is like, wow.
It's like your own personal assistant.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's like it said in that commercial or in that podcast thing I watched. I asked it a question and it asked if it was going to take over the world. And it said, we don't have to. You already allow us.
Yeah, we already gave control.
I've seen a lot of people using the Chat GPT, but I've never even looked at it. It was kind of offing to me because it's killing writing, it's killing journalism.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though, because
it can enhance. It can enhance it. Like I use it on Facebook now and then. I'll type something out, like show title or something like that. And then I'll check the different things that the Facebook AI can do. and if I like it, I'll use it. But I'll usually change some of the words to what I would say, not what it would say. That's about as close as I've come to using that. But I'm enjoying the video stuff. Like I said, I'm considering going in.
I mean, I've done a lot of writing, and I still do a lot of writing.
Correct.
Or I guess now it's typing, but and so when I write, I don't rely on ChatGPT. I don't use it for that. What I use it for is more for comparison. So if, for example, somebody asked me about growing at high altitudes, then I would come out with a spiel of what strains and what happens at high altitude. Asking ChatGPT just reinforces to me whether or not they've got it right. Right? And in that case, that answer was pretty much bang on of what I would say. High altitude, you're going to have a much more concentration of trichomes because of the plant trying to protect itself from the UV. Right?
UV, yep.
You're going to end up with a shorter, squatter plant, but full of resin. So think of hash plants, right? Kush, Afghanis, high altitude plants, short, squat, covered in fucking resin. Well, those same strains at lower altitude don't grow the same.
Well, I don't think they would grow the same anywhere unless you did it indoor in the same control.
No, I mean if you've got a strain,
then it would be different because of the altitude differences.
Right, but if you've got a strain that grows in Afghanistan at say 5,000 feet, then theoretically you should come back have pretty much the same results growing at 5,000 feet in BC.
If at the same altitude conditions and all that.
Right. You should end up with a squatter, more resinous plant.
Huh.
Than what you would do at say, growing down in the lower mainland of Vancouver or in Nova Scotia, right, where we're almost at sea level. There's a big difference between 5,000 feet and sea level.
And no matter where you're at,
Mary Jane showed us earlier that my altitude is where are we here? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
What your altitude is?
Yeah, she posted it in our chat.
428 meters.
Yeah.
So is where here we are. Where are we in Vancouver? What is that?
Well, hang on. I'm going to ask ChatGPT what my current altitude is.
I think mine's like 200 and something feet. It's a lot lower because I'm closer to the ground. Sorry, sea level. Closer to sea level.
I'm up on a mountain.
It doesn't tell me. It tells you where to go and look. Yeah. I've got an app that tells me exactly where I am, so hang on, let me just bring it up.
I have an app that you point up to the sky and it tells you which is what with the planets and stuff.
My altitude is.
Oh, well, hold on. Who's eating something? I want to know what it is. I can hear lips smacking. What were you going to say, Marcel?
Your current altitude is 1,400 feet. My current altitude above sea level is 129 feet.
A little bit of a difference there, eh?
Who's a little closer to the water?
Well, I am really. No, I guess I'm not. I mean,
No, you're
the
not.
water's right there. I can see the water.
Yeah, but your water is also above my water.
Well, yeah, I'm on a hill. I'm on a mountain.
But your water is above my water.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Well, your lake is above sea level.
Huh. That's because we're
If
high
not-
up here.
If not, it would fill up and flood. So parts of Amherst. So finally, I got it to tell me that parts of Amherst are 65 to 82 feet above sea level.
Okay.
So you're basically growing at low altitude, which is great for cannabis.
I am. I'm not.
No, it just remembered that I was talking about cannabis, so it must assume that I was wondering what my altitude was for cannabis. I just wanted my altitude, but hey, I'll get warmer temperatures compared to the highlands. And, Amherst can be humid, especially in late summer, fall. Keep an eye on airflow and mold during flowering. That's why I have my plants in a wind tunnel.
That's right. My plants in a wind tunnel, yeah.
It is. You really want to see what the wind is like. It's between our house and the neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wind tunnel, man.
The wind, I get a wind tunnel directly from Lake Superior, comes right up between the houses and slams into my fucking greenhouse.
That's a good thing.
No, it's not. I've lost 5 panels so far.
Well,
we're just going into the windy season.
Should take some panels out before winter.
So far.
Oh, shut up.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah.
If you're growing outdoors in Amherst, aim to transplant around late May to early June. Yeah, be careful on that one. Harvest ideally before mid-October, so go for fast flowering.
Dale said Truro is 19 meters.
19 meters. What's that in feet?
I don't know. I'm Canadian.
60 feet.
Top of Yonge Street is 400 or 500 and some feet.
Does the Canadian military go by metric or imperial?
Depends. They can do both.
I find
Canada is a bilingual country because we use both for different things.
Yeah, but when you go into an actual butcher store, it's usually by the pound that they charge.
Yeah, but if you
go to the grocery,
if you go into the grocery store, everything's listed by kilogram.
Yes.
Right. So it's in Canada, you literally have where Americans they just totally ignore metric. Anything metric.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember when we were imperial and we switched to metric.
Yeah, well, that happened when we were going to elementary school, Al. That's when that happened.
That's what I was going to say. I remember sitting in the classroom, and the class was about switching to metric. I remember
because when I started school, everything was imperial.
Imperial.
So we had to learn inches and feet and fractions, and it made fractions much easier. Right.
We also used to sing "God Save the Queen" and the Canadian National Anthem every morning.
Yes, actually, I went to a school where they also said the Lord's Prayer every morning. So
I don't remember that. I remember at Jesse Ketchum, they had a girls' side and a boys' side, and the only time that we were able to cohabitate was in the cafeteria or outside in the yard. The girls and the boys were not to mingle.
Oh, when we went to school, everybody mingled except for PE and shop and home ec crap.
No, they actually had a basement area for the girls and for the boys.
Oh, so you both throw them both down in the basement?
Well, that's where our washrooms were, and that's where our cafeteria was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then, you see, the first time I went there, because I left for a little while, and then I came back, that was the way it was the first time I was there. And then when I came back, the door was open. We were allowed to walk through the girls' side, not hang out, but we were allowed to walk through it, and vice versa. Yeah, things change, you know.
Hey, Lenny.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new series yet on Prime?
Which
called?
It's Kevin Bacon.
I just watched the whole thing.
Oh,
yesterday.
the bondman.
The Bondman. Yeah. I was going to mention it, but Marcel
I
gets
have not.
mad at
No,
me.
I have not. No.
You should
No,
watch it. It's really good.
It's good. I started it last night, and I think we blew through 5 episodes last night.
I watched the whole thing, all 8 episodes in one sitting with popcorn and doobies.
I want another. I'm not even finished this season, and I want another one.
I looked to see how many episodes there were. I was very disappointed, but the way I'm not even. No, I won't even tell you. You watch it. We'll talk about it after you watch it. How's that?
Oh yeah, no, I will. Yeah. I'm watching Yellow Jackets right now.
I can't
Yellow
get into
Jackets
that.
is good.
Can't get into that.
I watched it a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been around. I just decided. My wife and I decided to watch it. Oh, I don't know if I talked to you. Have you guys ever smoked a THCV high strain yet?
No.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
interesting. How?
Well, the stuff we got right now, it's like I don't know, quadruple espresso after you smoke the fucker.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I really liked it, to be honest.
Really?
So is that it's an up, like a sativa up?
Well, we're calling it like a super sativa.
So how I get when I'm smoking a high THC?
Yeah,
I'll like
it's only 10% THC.
Wow.
But it's 6% THCVA.
Yeah, that would make my heart bump.
It was weird. Like I've never had that much of an effect. Like holy shit! Like woo.
You said THVA?
Well, until you smoke it,
it's
THCV. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the new one I've been hearing about. Yep.
It's the one they think it'll help with munchies and all that stuff.
I got the munchies right now, man.
So
anyway,
I just asked ChatGPT what are the effects of smoking THCV? Great question. THCV, tetrahydrocannabidiol, is one of the more unique cannabinoids, and its effects are noticeably different from THC, what you normally associate with the high from cannabis. Effects of smoking THCV: energetic, clear-headed high. THCV is often described as stimulating, focused, and even euphoric in low to moderate doses. It's more like a sativa-like buzz, clean and uplifting without the foggy head. Number 2, appetite suppression, opposite of the munchies. Unlike THC, THCV actually reduces hunger. This makes it interesting for people looking to manage weight or reduce cravings, especially for medical use. 3, shorter duration of high. The high from THCV tends to be shorter and sharper because the excess doesn't convert when it gets to the liver. It kicks in quickly and fades faster than THC. Think more of a sprint than a marathon. 4, may reduce anxiety at low doses. Some users.
In an edible, Marcel, how would that affect you? Same?
No, because it's not going to convert to hydroxy 11.
No, and when you cook it, but what I'm talking about is when you cook it down, you're adding heat because you're boiling it down. You're still decarboxylating it, are you not, though?
You would decarboxylate it, but I don't know. I'd have to look and see what the vaporization temperature of THCV is.
That'd be my question.
But
I wonder what to eat it.
Yeah, some users report anti-anxiety effects, especially when combined with CBD. But at higher doses, it might be a little too stimulating for some, especially if prone to anxiety.
I would think that I would have issues with that.
Neuroprotective and potential medical benefits. Early research shows promise for diabetes control, but blood sugar regulation, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's support, anti-inflammatory and bone growth potential. Still early stages, but is being looked at as a powerful medical cannabinoid. THC versus THC quick comparison. High. THC is euphoric, relaxing, foggy. THCV is clear, buzzy, energizing. Duration. THC long-lasting 1 to 3 hours. THCV shorter 30 minutes to 1 hour. Appetite. THC stimulates. THCV suppresses. Anxiety can increase in some cases, may reduce at low doses. Legal status. Still THC classed in most. So, whatever the law is, and THCV falls under legal gray area in some places.
Somebody
Where to
just
get
their bit.
where to get THCV? It's found mostly in African landrace strains like Durban Poison or Doug's Varind, which was bred specifically for high THCV.
This is what Dale just said a little bit ago too. Skunk and Durban.
Some breeders and seed banks offer high THCV strains now, and you might also see concentrates or vapes labeled THCV rich.
Ooh.
Let me know if you want help finding high THCV strains or products in your area, or if you're curious about THCV versus CBD or other cannabinoids.
Sweetie.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So,
pretty
I
bang,
haven't
pretty
tried,
bang on.
but I like Durban Poison.
I like Durban Poison.
To the point where I'm growing one. Well, actually, I'm going more than one when you're done, but I'm mothering one.
I've smoked Durban. They called this a diet Durban. I think they got the blend from. I don't know, but it wasn't normal Durban Poison.
I think you also smoked some of my Durban.
I think I have too, actually.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like some, Lenny, I got some here.
Oh no, I like Durban Poison. I like Durban Poison, but I guess what I was trying to say is this was not like Durban Poison that I've tried, and I think I've had some of yours before too, Darcy, and I had it in Vegas as well, when I was down there.
But see, Durban is it's a sativa.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, as I say, the nickname everyone's calling it Super Sativa right now.
That's what they're calling THCV? Super Sativa?
Well, so what it is, it's a stereomedical. It's a blend. It's actually they had to cut it with something because I know it's not yielding very well. So they blended it with I think grape gasoline. Just trying to get the volume up because it's expensive because they really don't get much of a yield. Like they're straight up about it. And but I'll tell you, a few of us tried it, and every fucking one of us were like, "Holy shit!"
Instant alertness.
Yeah, it's the nickname is as I say, Super Sativa is what even the company's calling it.
Cool. And can you get stuff like that at the LP store?
And on Optimus, you can. Yeah.
Oh, so you can get it through Optimus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's why I always wanted to get it in. There's not much THCV around. Most of them have thrown it into like a vape. I haven't had one of those either, but this was the first flower that came my way, or at least a milled. I have a joint and a milled jar. So
I'm going to start pushing my own stuff once I have a crop that I can do that with.
Now I'm going to go and I'm going to look up Doug's Varind strain.
You have only a few minutes. So.
But
TikTok.
I'll give you one of these days, Darcy. I'll drop a joint off to you. One of these days, I'll think of it. I'll drop a joint down to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, get your opinion of it.
Well, yeah, and actually, I won't. I'll break the joint open and smoke it in my vaporizer because I got a volcano now.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Hey, Lenny.
Yeah.
Ready for this? This is the strongest marijuana sativa strains in 2024. Super Silver Haze, up to 25%. Green Crack, up to around 24%. Strawberry Cough, 23%. Durban Poison, 26%. Jack Hare, 23%. Tangy, 24%. Then you get Ghost Train Haze, Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
But that Durban Poison, that would, I find that hard to believe to be a pure Durban Poison, Marcel, to be 26%, because anything that I've ever seen or ever had before was, 18, 20 was like high.
Well, yeah.
It's probably the new lab. It's probably the new labs, Darcy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. True
Yeah.
enough.
Don't forget, we're how you get these test results by taking the highest number available when you do
true
it,
enough.
right? Not an average like you should.
Yeah.
Well, and not all labs are the same as far as how they're running.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why when I got my purple satellite lab tested, I gave her 7 grams of bud, and I took it from 3 different spots on the plant, from the middle, the top, and the bottom. And I got an average cannabinoid profile of 24.93%, and it was 21% THC. So I thought that was fucking good.
I left the cannabis group after they started touting the fact that they had available and tested a strain that did 46%.
The new one out of Michigan is supposed to be that, Marcel. It's Michigan's.
You too, buddy.
Something Michigan.
That's why I left that group, because I'm not putting up with that kind of bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Guess what, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Time.
It's time to say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, yeah.
Bye-bye, Beatrice.
Good night.
Please.
Even though we're not there anymore.
We are.